What is up, everybody? There we go. Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for joining me for the Pillars of Action. Man, it feels good to say that. Man, it has been too long since we've sat down and we've done this. So thanks everybody for showing up. I've seen Bill Ricks. Yeah, I haven't seen Bill Ricks in a minute. So what's up to Bill Ricks? What's up to everybody? I already said drone out there. I see I Am Tech, Oklahoma Droner, Mark Attardo, Mark Evans, lots of Marks, Classic Bricks. Who else do we got out here? Get out the house, go fish. Yeah, man. Hey, it's great to see everybody. It's we're really excited. Helping home. I see Jim out there. Lek Lynn, Oklahoma Droner, 480 AGL. What's up, Mel? And yeah, thanks everybody. So we have got a very awesome Ready Set Drone. All of them. I have all of the Star Wars shirts. It's not even really something that I like planned on happening. It just kind of like organically happened where when I go to the store, I'm like, hey, let's get another Star Wars shirt, and then it works out that way. Hold on, let us see what the video looks like. Looks fine. Looks good. So what's up, everybody? Welcome. We've got a lot to talk about because we have not done this in a few weeks. But real quick, right off the bat, just something that you're going to notice is, so we're going to do this live stream on the channel itself, but then when the live stream's over, poof! Well, it's not going to actually poof, but we're recording it. It's going to get re-uploaded to TED Live. So I don't know if you're not watching this, I don't know how you would get the information, but the upload will be on a different channel. So if you'd like to follow me at TED Live, you'll see links in the description below. We'll get a cool, when we get to 100 subscribers, we'll get a cool like URL for it. So it's not just like YouTube, bleh, YouTube like letter vomit. So that's something we're going to start doing. So we are going to do the live stream some more. I haven't like given up on them. It's just been a crazy couple of weeks. So I'm excited. If you guys have any questions or anything for the channel, if you have anything that you'd like to, if you have any questions or comments or anything like that, you can do at Everyday Dad in the chat. Or if you really wanted to shoot to the top, you can do a super chat, and that'll be like, bah! And big. So it's been so long since we've done one of these. Rookie over here did not have a diet soda. So in like a last bit attempt to like, well, I got to do something that's normal, I made coffee instead. It's not as exciting. It's hot, but it's almost the same. And I have seen some comments, so know my, magnificent life partner that makes the live streams better than, when it's just me. She is not here today. She had some work today, so she is very exhausted. She is sleeping. Maybe she'll join us in the comments at some point. But yeah, she was exhausted, so she will not be joining us today. I swear she's still here, even though it's been like 3 weeks since I promise. I saw somebody ask about the C200, so yes, we are currently streaming on the C200. Awesome camera, pretty darn expensive. So we got a lot of stuff to cover today. So we've got Ready Set Drone. Well, I've got Ready Set Drone here. Hey, you guys, there's links in the description below. If you'd like to join us, him, me, Ken Hare, and a few other creators, we will be at Spin Up in Austin, Texas. It's I think DJI is officially like sponsoring it now, so you can win some cool DJI gear. There's a link to it in the description below. I literally, like right before coming up here, I booked my flight. So I've got my flight, my rental car, my hotel. I'm ready to go. I'm just excited to meet everybody because it's like one of the things about being a YouTuber that I don't know if until you start doing this, you kind of like live in a bubble where you see all these people like online all the time. And you're like, man, look, there's thousands of other creators out there. But if you live in an area with like no physical creators like here, it's like I've never actually met another person that was like a YouTuber. So I've never been like, hey, other YouTuber. And they were like, hey, Everyday Dad. And we did like there's a secret YouTuber handshake. I can't show you. I would lose my YouTuber license. They'd make me turn in my badge and my gun if I showed you the secret handshake. So I'm very excited to give that secret handshake when we meet at Spin Up. I can't say meet up at Spin Up. Maybe this coffee is pretty strong because I feel all hyped up today. I'm feeling all sorts of hyped up today. It's a boring thing. So we talked about the uploads. We talked about Spin Up. Let's go to the need a roomie. I do not. We'll see. Classic Bricks, quick question. Do you get your money from Patreon? I do. I had a Patreon account for a while. I haven't had one for a little bit. I've considered starting it up again. But so here's my problem with Patreon is it's a great platform. I think it's awesome that people can support creators that way. But I didn't feel like I was giving my patrons like enough. Like it's like, so doing all these videos, now that I've added even a 4th video a week now, like that is all of my time. Like all of my time is either work, family, or video production. Like, there's very little like white space on my calendar. So I just felt like I wasn't giving the patrons enough, so I kind of backed off on it a little bit. What I am hoping to do, and that you're leading me into something else I want to talk about, is we're about to hit 50,000 subscribers. Like, we are gonna hit. So if you've been following the channel for any amount of time, you know that like January, like 12 months ago, we hit 5,000, and I was like, guess what, guys? 2018, we're gonna hit 50. So it looks like we are actually gonna hit 50 this year, which is awesome. So at 50,000 subscribers, we're gonna do something really cool. I've got some ideas in the background that I'm pretty excited about, but one of the things that gets us as a channel is like membership. So you can subscribe to the channel, you know, by clicking the subscribe button. But something we're gonna get here at 50,000 is you could be a member, where you can like it's kind of like Twitch, being a Twitch subscriber, where you can like be a member of the channel and sponsor the channel through YouTube. And I'm kind of waiting for that to happen instead of doing Patreon again. I know a lot of people prefer doing everything through YouTube, so that is the way we will do it. So thank you for leading me into that. Do we got any good? Yeah, Kenneth Duke. I know. When like an hour ago, as I was setting everything else up, I was like, hey, wait a second. What am I gonna drink? So I ran down to the fridge and I was like, I've got to have one left. And then I didn't have anything left, so we've got coffee. It's better than nothing, right? I could have gotten a water, but seriously, who drinks that stuff? Not this guy. Brandon Simpson, I've been here since 1K. Dude, I remember. I know you've been here that long. Like, there's some names out there that I remember, like, since the early days. And it's crazy that, like, the early days were not that long ago. Sometimes I'm like, man, I've been doing this forever. I feel like all like cynical and hardened and stuff. But then I'm like, man, it's only been like a year. So we started doing it, if you're new to the channel, we started doing YouTube just on a whim. One day I was like, hey, you know what? There's this guy and I'll remember this forever. There's this guy, he has a YouTube channel called Life of Tyler, and he made a video about the Monoprice Select 3D printer mini, and I was like, whoa, I could make one of those videos. So I went out and I made one of those videos, and I actually I've been doing some live streams. So if you don't follow me on Twitter, you should follow me on Twitter, because every now and again I'll just go live from my phone as I'm doing something. Like, I was showing some editing, was it last night or the other night, and I started watching some of my older videos on that live stream, and I got very fortunate as I'm looking through like the view counts. So my second video I ever released was the video about the Monoprice Select 3D Mini. It got like 13,000 views. And then I released another video about that Monoprice, and it got like 8,000 views. Then I released a video about a motorcycle that got 10,000. And I consider myself very lucky to have like been able to do this, because I know a lot of creators out there struggle for years to only get like 50 views per video, and I'm super fortunate. Like, sometimes you just get lucky, and I was very fortunate enough for all that. So I was very, very excited about all that stuff. Classic Rich, been here since 17K. Thomas Gertis, you grew like crazy on Facebook. I've never been. Do people like share my videos on Facebook? So I don't even really personally have Facebook. So that'd be crazy to see if it's actually up there or not. Lover of Tech, hey, what's up, man? Let's talk gear and stuff. So I was gonna save this. Okay, Lover of Tech, so you're calling me out here. So I actually set this up. Hold on. So I created something that actually Atomos retweeted. So here's my little monstrosity that I'm pretty proud of. Can we get this on camera? So I'm pretty proud of this little monstrosity right here, because this is basically this. It's a Sony RX100 Mark V into an Atomos Ninja V with a Rode Video Mic Pro Plus. It's basically a 1-inch censored equivalent of the C200 I'm filming on right now. I mean, not a 1-for-1 exact, but it gives the RX100 V an audio in. It records an Apple ProRes 422, has legit audio, has built-in ND and great autofocus. Like, this thing, I'm excited. I haven't gotten a chance to go out and use this yet. I've got some videos to shoot tomorrow, and I cannot wait to take that thing out, because it folds up into, like, you know, you break it down in its pieces into almost nothing, and it should be like legitimate. It has a 5K sensor that downsamples to 4K. And one of the things about, I'm touching this so you guys still can't see it. One of the things that generally one of the issues you have with the RX100 Mark V is it only records 4K 5 minutes at a time. With this monitor here, we'll turn on the monitor. You guys can see the full thing. I'm really proud. I'm geeking out on this a little bit, because I tried it out on a quick video the other day. And by the other day, I mean an hour ago. I'm all hopped up on caffeine, but I'm really excited to show this off, because I think this is just the neatest. You can see you guys. This is what you guys look like. But see, so you can record everything through this, and it's got amazing autofocus. It's got Sony's good phase detection autofocus. It can record through the through a solid state drive to that thing, and it costs a fraction of a cinema camera. I got the cage costs nothing. The RX100, if you saw my video, I got it used. And I already had the Rode Video Mic Pro, but it's so awesome. I'm geeking out a little bit. I'm geeking out. Lover of Tech, you have to do a video. If I could charge, can you? Hold on, we gotta find this. Can we charge? If we could do that, wow, hold on. I've gotta have a micro USB. It's micro USB, right? We're gonna find some stuff out right now. We're gonna find some stuff out right now, because it's micro USB. Is it? Okay, I've gotta have a micro USB cable around here somewhere. Okay, but I don't have a power source. Where's the... Because you can't just... It doesn't have like a power. That's the thing. Dang. But if I could get like... I don't have an external battery right now. Dang it. I'm foiled by batteries. Dang, do I have any kind of... anything that would work? I don't. We'll have to... Maybe we'll make a video on that. But if this works, that would be even better. Because the thing I'm running into is... The 30-minute battery life on the RX100 is the big weak point of this setup. If I could get that to charge from like a big battery that's attached to the Atomos, I will feel very bad that I bought a cinema camera that I don't actually need. Thomas Gerardis, yeah, we still got the green chairs. We need to do something. I meant to do something fun with like getting rid of them, and then... Okay, so let's do some real talk. Real talk. That was like a... some kind of intro for a thing. So let's have some real talk real quick. So let me put my coffee down. So I owe you guys some explanations. Like, so one of the, I imagine a question that's out there is, Everyday Dad, you live stream like every week for like a year. What happened? So if you follow me on any of my social media, basically Twitter's where I talk everything. I talk about everything. Well, like 2 weeks ago, I don't know what happened, but the channel went into a nosedive. Like we had been having consistent, like, here's your views, it's pretty consistent. We've been growing steadily for like a month, like solid. Like, I mean, there's always ups and downs, but we've been growing solid for like a good 30, 35 days. And then out of nowhere, like the channel took a like 40, 50% just cut, like literally overnight, everything just got cut by like 50%. And I panicked. Like, I started freaking out. I was like, holy cow, what is the channel like? Is it dead? Is this like... Because I feel like, and I don't know if everybody feels the same way, but making YouTube videos for me, it always feels like a fluke. Like, I still can't believe that I do this and that people enjoy it. I mean, I feel so fortunate and so blessed that this is something that, I can legitimately do and that people hopefully enjoy. And it's always like in the back of my head that, well, it's going to fall apart at any moment. You're just, you're coasting on luck. Eventually your luck's gonna run out. And man, that just like, it was like all of those like, I don't know, mind gremlins, like all those like negative thoughts of like, oh, it's just gonna fall apart at any moment. And then it like did. And so I panicked. I don't know, like I was panicking for like 2 weeks on what are we gonna do with the channel? How are we gonna have to, scale it? I mean, I'm still gonna make videos because I enjoy making the videos, but like, as the channel gets bigger, I've been trying to make some like bigger investments in it to like, I want to scale it so that, I can keep giving you guys the content you want, but I can also like regain some of my like sanity and family time. But yeah, I panicked. So I took like the 2 weeks off of live streaming just to like, I don't know, settle the air and like give me a second to breathe and kind of figure out like what was going on. So I wanted to come clean of like, I don't have a good answer on if we're going to start doing this every week or not. I would like to get back to doing the live streams every week because the live streams are very important to me. Like this is my chance to like hang out with you guys. And as the channel gets bigger and bigger, like it is harder for me to interact with everybody individually. And that, I mean, it's great that the channel's getting bigger. I really like that. I mean, I'm really thrilled that we're about to hit 50,000 subscribers. I hope that we can continue to do great things, but I feel like as the channel gets bigger, I'm like, I lose like the ability to answer every comment. I lose the ability to answer every tweet. And that, that stinks. And so that's why these live streams are so important to me. But yeah, I had like 2 weeks of panic, but we're back. Everything is good now. Like we actually had one of our best days ever, like a few days ago. I feel like I think it was a combination of a couple things. What's up, Bill Utah? What's up, man? Hold on, let me. So Mark Attardo, was that after a premiere? So yes. So I think it worked. I think there were a few things at play in what happened to me. So YouTube is very like. The algorithm like puts you in a box and it's like, okay, here is your box. You talk about X. We will send this video out to your subscribers that watch videos about X. That's like the first round of people that get, you know, notification of a video. If those people watch, then we'll send it out to more. But if those initial group of people do not watch, they don't send it out to anybody, whether the algorithm says that it would like it or not. So 2 things I think happened is one, I did a premiere. Well, so one, I started doing videos about the Pixel, which I think was an oversaturated market, and I had maybe a little bit of an ego, and I was like, man, I'm the everyday dad. I can talk about a camera and people will like it. Well, no, Haas, the YouTube algorithm does not like you talking about, you know, cell phone cameras. So I talked about it. I made a video. It didn't do very well. And then I did a premiere, which is, if you haven't been following like YouTube, like premieres are this like weird hybrid of live stream and regular video, where I think, and I can't prove it, I don't have the data, but I think there's this weird interaction between the two where when you do a premiere, sometimes it can like really hamper a video because it like the normal engagement expects in like the first hour, it doesn't count because you're doing it as a live stream. And then when the video's like live, it's expecting a certain amount of engagement, but it doesn't count it because it's a separate thing. So I feel like I was already like, I had a bad video, then I did the premiere, and then it was like, oh crap, there's 2 bad videos in a row. And then we did a third video that, I don't know, I guess people I don't know what happened, but we had 3 bad videos in a row. And I think that's where like YouTube was like, okay, we gave you 1, we gave you 2, we gave you 3. The third one was like okay. After that third video, like all videos across the channel, like got cut in half, like views or watch time or whatever got cut in half. So I feel like if you like you can talk outside of your box, which is fine. I've done it before. Like we just did reviewing the cheapest today, which is not like inside of my box. But well, it is, I don't know. It is, but I don't understand the algorithm fully, but like things like that, when you try to reach outside of what like your normal core is, you can do that, but you probably shouldn't do that after you've already had like 1 or 2 bad videos. It could just do terrible things. So that's what happened. It's been 2 weeks. Everything is like back on the right track though, but man, it was a weird thing. It was a weird thing. I am Wedge, $10, better late than never. Here's for the chair replacement fund. Well, thanks so much, I am Wedge. I said we were going to do something fun where we like would have a bidding war or something, then we do something fun with the chairs. I owe you guys an answer to that, but thanks so much, I am Wedge. I really, really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Dem McCrow, have you ever had a glide cam and what are your thoughts about it? I've never used one. I use gimbal. Oh, I took my gimbal down. I really only use gimbals if I'm going to do it, or I just use the stabilization built into a camera, but I haven't really been using gimbals that much either anymore. I use this, it's downstairs, but I like this skater dolly is like my favorite thing I've ever gotten. If you check out, I think there's a link in the description below where I have like my kit profile. If you check there, there's like a skater dolly there, and that's what all of my smooth shots are on. I use this camera because I love this RX105. I used that on the skater dolly. I actually got that technique from iPhone though. Like I saw one of his like behind the scenes video and I saw him doing it. I was like, wow, that looks like a good idea. And then I tried it and I was like, mind blown. It was amazing. So awesome. It was really great. Hold on, I see so much. Like, I feel like I'm missing comments, and that's what I don't want to be missing. When will the Mavic 2 Enterprise be able to buy? I don't know. Lover of tech, you flat out work, and your consistency hasn't been awesome. I can relate. Well, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it's a balance between, putting out good content and good enough content and not going crazy. And I feel like I haven't, like, gone off the deep end yet. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit's enough for anybody, but, no, it's been great. I enjoy this. One of the best decisions I have ever made in my life was making this YouTube channel. Kenneth Duke for more Diet Coke Cherry Zero. Yeah, I have got to remember to go to the store. Like, so we have the long weekend, so I usually go to the grocery store on Saturday, but I'll probably go tomorrow, which is when I get the soda. So coffee. You know, we'll go to the... I was going to make a Shaun of the Dead reference. Okay, so let's cover the notes. We talked about... this is something important. So thanks for everybody that sent me something. Hold on, how do I get rid of this? Thanks to everybody. Emilio Takis, what's up, man? Hey, thanks to everybody who sent me a note back about the email, that you guys liked getting the email. So one of the things, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I very recently, I'm starting to build like an email list. Because I don't like, talking about the YouTube algorithm. I don't like necessarily relying on that, or so like the community tab, or like Twitter. I don't feel like 100% those are a way that I would like to get my message out. If I have something like, hey, we are doing a live stream tonight, make sure you tune in. So I sent out like an email to my list. Thanks for everybody for responding to me. If you didn't get that email, or you'd like to be a part of the email list, I probably should have left a link and how you can subscribe to that in the description below. I'll find a way and I'll post it somewhere. Maybe next live stream I'll make sure that it's in the link. Because I thought it was really great where I control who it goes out to. So I hope you guys really enjoyed that. It's not spam. It's just me trying to say hey, here's the week in review in case you missed anything. The algorithm didn't notify you or whatever. That way you can see what I'm doing. You can see what's coming up on the channel, and it should only ever be once a week at most. I'm not gonna fill your email boxes full of random crap. Game with Chris, hello, you make this videos? Well, thanks so much. Thanks very much, I really appreciate it. What's up, 51 Drones? Hey, what's up, man? I'm very sorry for all the snow. I saw 51 Drones sent me a picture earlier today. It looks cold there. It looks very cold. I apologize. Laserboy23, I got the GoPro Hero 7 Black, and it's so good. I know, where's mine? Mine's right here. I love this stupid camera. I really got this Hero 7 Black, and I was like, okay, I'll make some videos about it. It's going to be a regular GoPro where it's not going to be that good, right out the gate. The stabilization, who cares? The stabilization on the 6 is good, whatever. The audio's not going to be that great because it's in a case. This thing has shocked me. This legitimately, I actually just, what is it? It's 8:22 right now. So I just had a whole bunch of stuff up on eBay that just sold 22 minutes ago. And I sold my Hero 6 because I'll never use the Hero 6 again. This is my action camera now. I am so impressed with the Hero 7 Black. The only thing I don't like is the menu system. I still just... I'm kind of meh about the menu system, but the Hero 7 Black is shockingly good. And I like the price. When the Hero 6 Black came out, they wanted what, $500 for it? It was $499. That's outrageous for an action camera. I'm sorry, GoPro, but no, I bought one to make YouTube videos about and complain about. But this $399, it's also expensive, but I think that's a reasonable price for what you get. And I guess they're not doing it anymore, but when I bought it, you could do the $100 trade-in so long as you had a camera that was worth $100 at one point. They'd give you $100 off. I guess they only do that for the Fusion now. And but this one, I love this one. However, let's see. I see he's drinking coffee. It's gonna get worse. Bill Rick's hanging on to my Hero 4 Silver. I've got the Hero 4 Black, and a B&H Photo sends me cameras to review. And I really reached out to them. I was like, I haven't done a Hero 4 Black before. It's kind of my dream camera. So I was very excited to try that out. I was getting ready to go back to them. I really considered keeping it, but I just have so much junk around here. Speaking of stuff that we'll cover, hey, so let's talk about garbage cameras, and one that we're going to give away here in just a minute. The Hero 7 White. This thing sucks. Ryan Sondak, no, we haven't announced the winner yet. I'll probably do this in 10 minutes or so. If you haven't had a chance yet, the way you can enter to win this is go to my Instagram. There's a picture of this. Just leave a comment saying something that you'd like to see me destroy next. And what we'll do is in 10, 15 minutes, I'll go to the Instagram. We'll do a random number and we'll pick the winner. If you're here, we'll do that. But this thing sucks. So I'm very disappointed with this for a couple of reasons. And I'm probably going to get the silver here pretty soon to also destroy, because I think it's very similar to this, where they already had the GoPro Hero 2018, and I would show you that, but I sent my GoPro Hero 2018 to the guys over at Technically Speaking. They had an action camera video they wanted to make. I was like, hey, I got 5 action cameras here, borrow this one. So I can't compare it to the two, but this one, non-replaceable lens cover, doesn't do 1080p, even though it says it does 1080p. It does 1440, which I guess technically when you crop in to 16:9, it is 1080p, but that's still just... Camera geeks are going to know that, but regular people are not. They're just going to be like, why is my video got... I don't know why I chose that, but why is my video got black bars on it? Why does it not look like it should look on my widescreen TV? Well, that's because GoPro it's seriously shady. it's shady that they're basically lying about that. I mean, look, so it says on the box, here is the box, 1080p 60, 1080p 60. Nowhere on this box will you see 1440. Like that is, I really am disappointed. I'm impressed with the durability, but I think that's less because of the GoPro Hero 7 White and more of GoPro made a durable action camera body. That is very good, and the body's great. I mean, I was very impressed that it took a lot to beat the heck out of it. So yeah, in like 10-15 minutes we'll do that. I'm pretty awesome. Well, I am pretty awesome, but yeah. Okay, so let's see if anybody has any... Drop test the Sony a5100. You want me to drop test my a5100? I love my a5100. Like, I use this camera all the time too. So if you've seen any of my recent videos that have like an overhead shot, that's been done on this thing in the Sony 28 millimeter f2 f2 lens. I love the a5100. Like, this is one of the best cameras I've ever used. These two are two of my favorite cameras ever, and I think combined I spent like $800 on them. Like, they're so good. Like, people complain all the time about the a5100. They complain all the time about the RX100 V. They are some serious cameras. In fact, they're so darn good. I'm like, why did I buy this camera? This camera, I love it, but I'm having some serious buyer's remorse because it's great, but it just sits there because now I have like all these other great cameras. Hooray! Yeah, RC to go. I will not drop test my a5100. I love it. I love it. I am Wedge 51 Drones. We're practically neighbors. Man, everybody, like, I don't know how many people 51 Drones is connected with through the live stream here. It was, oh, who was the other? Why can I not remember his name? But there was another guy that lives, like, right by 51 Drones that has his Inspire 2. That's awesome. That is awesome. Everyday Dad should have gotten a C300 Mark II. As I said earlier, I'm trying to make some like investments in the channel to like grow it as a business. So I've got 2 business leases out, and it's the iMac that we're streaming on right now and the C200. I've got business. So as a business, you can get some like special financing options. And so I didn't like pay cash money for these because, but I do kind of, with some of those cameras coming out right now, I'm like, man, It is great. It is a fantastic, I love it. But it's Sean Page, yeah, that's it. That is it. Laser Boy, although you're not a blogger, can I have some tips on how to grow my YouTube channel? Consistency. You just got to get a little better each time. You got to dig into your analytics. And when I say dig into your analytics, I don't mean views or watch time. I mean, get into your audience retention graph and try to figure out like, what are you doing that makes your audience stay around? And the more you can make that happen, the more you can get people to stay on. One of the things that I'm finding out is YouTube, and I could be wrong, I could 100% be wrong, but in my experience, I'm finding out that YouTube doesn't care so much about like overall percentage of retention. It cares how long did somebody watch a video. So you got to find that balancing act of longer video, but good video. So don't have like a 30-minute video of like garbage or people will immediately leave and then it doesn't help anybody. But if you have like a 4-minute video that you can find some like engaging way to turn into a 5-minute video, that's better. That is just objectively better. I find that my videos that that I can hold people, even if it's the same amount of percentage time, I find that YouTube will push my video out more the longer it is. And you can actually see when YouTube is pushing your content out with the new Creator Studio. If you go to your analytics and you go to your reach viewer, you'll see like this funnel. And as you look at the top one where it says like percentage of views, like percentage of impressions from YouTube recommending your content, the higher that percentage is, the more YouTube is pushing out your content. Now, whether somebody clicks on it, that's on your click-through rate, and that comes to title and thumbnail. But you want like a high percentage of YouTube pushing your content out in that triangle, and that's how you can tell like your content is working. You always want to get that. You always want to get that higher. RC to go, Everyday Dad, I like your videos. I found you when you made your Spark video and I got one because of you. I love it and do not regret it. Amazing work. Well, thanks so much. Yeah, I actually I watched that video with Steven Plus on the live stream I did on Twitter the other day. I watched that initial unboxing video and it was hilarious because I got to the part, if you've seen that video, there's a part where I try to like hand launch the Spark and it's the first time I ever do it, and it like falls onto the motorcycle and then immediately wrecks. Like the first time I've ever touched it, it just like wrecks off of my motorcycle. Hilarious. I laughed for a good couple of minutes on that. I thought it was very, very funny. Very funny. Yeah, everybody, Ready Set Drone is in the chat. I've got a link to his spin up in the description below where he, myself, Ken Hare, and a bunch of other big creators will be there. If you want to come interact with us, you can come have a great time. It's in Austin, Texas, December 1st. Before starting the stream, I literally just like booked all of my stuff. I'm very excited to be going. I'm more excited to just like, I'm most excited to just meet everybody. Like I'm ready to like get a chance to meet everybody. Get a chance to meet everybody. What do we got? Rick Halber, you get to meet so many great people on the drone channels. I will say, so that brings up a good point. So I don't necessarily consider myself a drone channel. I mean, I haven't made a drone video in like 6 months. But I will say the best community of creators I have ever met, or I guess I haven't met them, but that I see online are the drone community. So I bump up against a lot of other communities, like camera, tech, sometimes vloggers. I bump up against a whole lot of other communities, and those communities, you know, are themselves. There's a lot of like vitriol, anger, and heat in a lot of those communities, whereas the drone community is pretty like, they're probably the most like, I consider them, I respect them the most out of all of them because they all get along. Everybody's awesome. I've seen no backstabbing. I've seen no like Twitter squabbling. It's probably the best community out there on YouTube. Like legitimately, like vloggers are always arguing with each other. You know, commentary channels are always arguing with each other. Tech channels are always arguing with each other. But the drone community has been the best one I've ever seen. So I do agree with you, Rick. I 100% agree with you, Rick. Ready Set Drone, when do I arrive in Austin? I will be there the day before. I will be there that Friday. I'll get there Friday, and then I will leave Sunday work. So I'm excited. Yeah, I should get there mid to late afternoon Friday, and then Sunday I leave like at noon or something like that, I think. I'm definitely very, very excited. Get out the house, go fish. Yeah, I've never seen the fishing community, but I assume they're pretty good. Another community that I bump up to every now and again, but I never really have a lot of interaction with, is the running community. There's a guy that follows me, not I think he follows me. I see him on Twitter all the time. Kofuzi, I think his name is. You should definitely follow him because he's great. But I see like running channels every now and again, and they all seem pretty awesome too. They all seem pretty awesome too. Hold on, I saw a question. Kenneth Duke, Everyday Dad, Note 9 or Pixel 3 XL? I've never used a Note 9. But I really did like the Pixel 3 XL. I don't have it anymore. I shipped it off to another content creator. Was like, hey, I'm getting ready to buy this. And I was like, dude, I'm done making videos about this. It almost killed my YouTube channel. Let me send it to you so you can make some videos on it. Hopefully it'll help you out. I really liked it. I don't really use Android. I've got my iPhone. I've got an iPhone XR. I just recently upgraded from my 7 Plus. I really like the iPhone just because it works so darn well. It works well with everything that I do. And hold on, let me click on that. Opened up. Let's close that. Billy737, dude, I am so sorry I missed that. Awesome stream, 50K hype. I hope you're still here. I apologize for not saying anything to that. But yeah, I really did like the Pixel 3 XL, the dual front cameras. That wide angle front camera with their little fake bokeh is actually pretty legitimate. I'm a big fan of it. The 4K video was really good. But as a phone, all phones do the same thing anymore. Like I can't, they'll make calls, they'll browse the internet, they'll send email. The only thing I care about is the camera, and the Pixel 3 XL's camera is pretty good. I like the XR a little bit better because it's Apple, and I'm a sucker. John Patrick, how far do I have to go to be able to legally fly? So the spot that I found that is like, there's no restrictions at all is an hour away. So I drive to a little town on the Maryland coast. I think it's on the Maryland coast, but it's called Rosehaven. And it's just like this tiny little town. It's got a little park, and that little park is cool with drones. So that's where I can fly. There's like a big 15-mile red ring of do not fly around DC, and I live like right inside of that ring. So It really stinks. I think I can do like little drones, like the Tello or something, so long as it doesn't go. I mean, it barely goes, what, 10 feet. So maybe that, just because it can't go above my house. But like anything that could fly, I mean, and DJI drones won't even take off here. Like I've tried flying a drone inside of my house just to try it, just because I want to fly a drone, and it just won't even take off. It's like, nope. Or if I take it off before it realizes where it's at, the second it like locks GPS, it auto lands. So it really stinks. It really stinks. Missing link MTB. Have you had any problems with the footage from the Ye-Lite where the audio plays back too fast? I have not had that issue at all. Jabaro Tech, I have an offer for an RX 104 for $445 deal. I've never used the RX 104. The reason I would say go with the 5 Alpha or the 6 is, with the 5 is when you get into phase detection autofocus. So the 4 still has contrast-based autofocus, which is like the Panasonic cameras. So it's not like that, just like lock. It's not that autofocus lock. There will probably, I've never used one, but there will probably be some hunting in that. I love the 5. I got this 5 for $500. Seriously, check your Best Buy, or check your local Best Buy, see if they have any open box ones, and then if they do, see if they'll scan it for you, because this one said it was going to be $700. I mean, I was going to buy it either way, but when they scanned it, it was $500. So amazing. It was amazing. Get out the house, go fish, try parrot. I did try the Anafi. It was all right. I would have broken it had I flown it anymore. Anymore. What do we got? Ouch, I can walk down to my alley to a park football field. Yeah, I used to have that. Like in my last house, I would just go across the street to a big open parking lot, and that's where I would fly most of the time. But I don't have that anymore. So drones, I actually only have the Spark anymore. True story, I just sold the drones because I can't fly them, so what's the point of having them? I have the Spark around here somewhere. Where'd the Spark go? I can't get rid of the Spark because, like, the Spark and I built this channel. Like, it's my boy Blue. I just had it, like, before the stream. I don't know where it went. But I do still have the Spark. And then some stuff, if you guys are curious about what's coming up this week on the channel, we're going to be doing is the Panasonic G85 worth it in 2018? I love Panasonic cameras. If they had better autofocus, I would never use another camera in my life. I love the G85 is legitimate. It's the best camera I've ever used. Well, Panasonic cameras are some of the best cameras I've ever used. The G85, I'm very excited about. I've used it a little bit before, but I'm excited about that. The new camera in the block is the Panasonic LX100 Mark II. Literally just came out this week. It's more of a photography camera, but I think we can eke some video out of it. It does do 4K 30. I'm pretty excited about this because it's like, normally with a point and shoot, like this point and shoot, it has a 1-inch sensor. This is a 4/3 sensor, which should be huge, and it's got a very fast lens built into it. So I'm excited about that. And then, don't fall. We've also got, here we'll do this quick unboxing, then we'll do the giveaway. Because I assume the giveaway is going to take a while, because there's like 106 comments on that post, and there are not 106 people in here. So we're probably going to have that time where Help at Home won the camera backpack, because it was like the 13th draw that won it. So here's another camera that I'm really excited about, is the Sony. This one also, I don't even think this one's out yet. The Sony HX99. So it's like a budget version of the RX 100 line, but it's got the same autofocus. It's got 4K. It has a 24 to 720 millimeter equivalent lens. It's got a touch focus. Oh, so it's got a touch screen. It's got the tiltable screen. This is the camera that I'm really excited about. It's not a 1-inch sensor though, I don't think. I think it's the 1 2/3 inch sensor. But this one this will probably be the week after next, where we're going to talk about so much stuff. There's just so many boxes. I'm being buried in boxes now. Okay, we'll go ahead and we will do the giveaway. So, the giveaway for the GoPro Hero 7 White that has seen better days, but it still turned, do I have the, oh, I was going to try to take the battery out, but there's no removable battery. GoPro, it still turns on? I think, is it going to turn on? Okay, I wasn't going to give it to you if it was broken. Okay, it still turns on, still has some battery life. I think it will actually probably do okay video. Can you guys even see that? I think I'll still do okay video if you can like remove this glass around the lens. So what we'll do is I'm gonna hop over to my Instagram. And so, just a note on giveaways while I refresh this and get it, load more comments. So the way we're gonna do it is I've got a whole bunch of stuff to give away. Like I've got a dash cam to give away. I've got an Amazon Echo Dot to give away that I bought like a year ago and then forgot to make a video about it, so I'll give it away. I've got an Unce Angle 3 speaker to give away. I've got some other stuff to give away that we're gonna get to, and then reviewing the cheapest, as we're doing reviewing the cheapest now, if whatever the cheapest thing is survives the durability test, we will give it away that night on the live stream. So we've got a lot of giveaways going on. So if it's something that I'm giving away, like I've bought it or a company sent it to me and I'm giving it away, then we will continue to do it like we've always done it through Instagram or Twitter and the live stream. But as I get bigger, more companies are like, hey, let's sponsor a giveaway. So if a company is sponsoring it, they kind of tie my hands on what I can do. So that, if you saw like the Gleam IO giveaway I did a few weeks ago, like that is how you'll know if it's a big prize, because companies generally just don't want me to do it on the live stream. They want me to give it away through like a bigger way. So if it's like something really big and it's not something that I just have access to, it'll be through gleam.io. You'll see it. I'll shoot a tweet out about it. But if it's something small like this, we'll continue to do it through the live stream. So we've got 120 comments. I have got a randomizer up. So what we're going to do is we're going to do comment 1 to 120. We're going to do a random number, and then we're just going to see who's here. So 0 to, well, let's do 1. Because if we get 0, like that sucks. So random number, 50. Can you guys see that? 53. Wow, this is a terrible idea. So we're going to count down to comment 53. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This was a terrible idea. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53. Douglas Elias 9601. Douglas Elias 9601. Are you there? Wow, I regret this method. Bill Utah, you are right. Man, what a terrible thing. So so Douglas Elias. Douglas Elias, are you there? Douglas Elias, are you there? Is that seriously you, I Am Wedge? Is that seriously you? Holy crap, I think that is. Ha! Hooray! Ha ha ha! I Am Wedge, thank you. Thank you for making this not take like 2 hours. You are my hero, man. Okay, lesson learned. We're not gonna do the giveaways that way anymore because that was a terrible idea. So normally what I do is on these comments, I'll put them in an Excel sheet and then I'll like randomize it that way. And I was like, man, that's so much work. It'll just be easier if we pull up all the comments and we just count them down. It was terrible. Congratulations, I Am Wedge. Just after this, if you can shoot me, do you follow me on Twitter? Either way, just shoot me an email at gary@theeverydaydad.net or shoot me a Twitter DM or Instagram DM or something like that. And I will, and I'll get in contact with you about shipping it out. So congratulations on your broken GoPro. It turns on. Thank you so much, I Am Wedge. I cannot, as I'm thinking about this right now, I'm like, man, this could have just taken an hour and a half. Do you guys remember, we gave that backpack away and it took like 30 minutes to give it to Jim because we had to, people weren't there, so. I cannot believe that worked out so well. Oh, man. Oh, I'm ready for bed. Help at home. I've seen people use a site or app that will randomly pick a person from a comment. I need to figure that out then, because what a terrible idea. If you help at home, if you know, if anything, shoot me something on Twitter if you know one of those things, because I would much rather prefer that. Holy cow. Holy cow. Bill Utah, yes, we still have the Georgia house, but we're probably going to sell it here pretty soon. The tenants in there, tenants, if you are watching, I mean, you don't know me. You don't even know me as your landlord. I mean, I guess you know my name, but you've never seen me. But if you if you happen to be watching this, can you stop breaking my house, please? Like, it's the second we moved and all sorts of stuff is falling apart with the house, so it's great that we're fixing it, but we're probably going to sell it here pretty soon. Wow, that is nuts. Well, there you go, Amwedge. You could do it that way. I'm not putting any restrictions on how you use it. So do you guys got any questions or anything? If you guys got any questions or comments, or if you were an aspiring YouTuber out there, if you have questions about YouTube, you have questions about cameras. If you have questions about drones, we got some heavy hitters in the drone community down there right now. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Yeah, Dashcam. Theodore King, shout out. 51 Drones, gotta head out. Incredibles 2 is calling. Well, hey, thanks so much. Really appreciate it. Thomas Gerardis, great. Thanks for coming out. Mark Attardo, best place to sell the Spark. I sell all my stuff on eBay. One of the things I'll do is so B&H sends me a lot of stuff, but sometimes they're not like a fast reaction. Like, I can't just reach out. Like, right now I've got all this stuff from them, and the Nikon Z6 is coming out in next week. And I'm very excited for the Nikon Z6. So I'm just going to end up buying one and then selling it on eBay because I'm never going to keep it. So you got to hopefully make a little bit of that back. But so I sell a lot of my stuff on eBay. Since doing this YouTube thing, my eBay throughput has gone way up. I'm pretty well versed in the eBay verse. But yeah, so something that I could use your guys' help on is, so what are some things that you would like to see on reviewing the cheapest? So I'm looking at what we've got for reviewing the cheapest right now. So we've got the cheapest drone, the cheapest vlogging camera, the cheapest cell phone, the cheapest tablet. I've got the cheapest cell phone case that I'm considering doing a drop test with my iPhone XR to be like, hey, is the cheapest cell phone case, will it protect your phone? But I'm not totally sold on that yet. The cheapest hat, I actually, this one over here is a pretty cheap. This one over here was actually a cheap hat that I got on Amazon. It's falling apart, which is why I don't wear it anymore. There we go. Cheapest gimbal, that's a good one. Cheapest car is probably going to be a tough one to do. Best car cam, yeah, we'll have to. There is a. Yeah, I just, because if I do it myself, all I'm going to do is buy a whole bunch of cameras because I like cameras. But I'm curious to see what you guys would like to see, because I enjoy, something that I've decided that I really like is dropping stuff and then watching it break in slow motion. I really like that. We did it with the Hero 7 White. We did it with the action camera was that yesterday? Yeah, well, the video was today, but I really like dropping stuff and then watching it smash in slow motion. So that has been a lot of fun. I want to start doing that more, but I can't do that with this stuff B&H gives me because, burning bridges and all that. 400 AGL, why don't you have one of my hats on? You haven't sent me a hat. I only have this hat, I have this hat, and then I've got the Everyday Dad hat that I need to, if you're watching and you know who you are, shoot me an Instagram DM on when I can start plugging your guys' graphic design company. Here, I'll put it back on. The Everyday Dad. The Everyday Dad. What else? What are you guys, what do we got back here? Let me sit down. Bill Ricks. Funny you say that. So there's a channel out there. There's a channel out there right now called Will It Break? But it's a year and a half old. The last video was a year and a half ago, and it's just this kid dropping stuff off of a parking garage. Now I was considering. I actually have the channel built. I have the channel built, and I have the channel built, and all the social media stuff for something similar where I would do that. I would do something similar to that, but I was like, man, that's dangerous. I don't really want to promote doing dangerous stuff. But I think that would be so some of the stuff that YouTube really likes is YouTube really likes, hold on, YouTube really likes like content that can be grouped together so that so the biggest way to grow on YouTube is, so I've heard, is suggested videos. So like when you see a video and then like it recommends another one, you click on that one, that's a suggested video. Well, it's hard to get suggested on other people's videos, but what you really want is to be suggested on your own videos. And if you can do that, you can create like this positive feedback loop. And so YouTube really likes similar kind of content that people will binge. So why some vloggers just like blow up overnight is because that they get that positive feedback loop where people watch, like they'll binge their content. So YouTube's like, yes. Or you'll see stuff like a lot of the tech channels do, you know, camera comparisons over like, it's this cell phone versus this cell phone versus this cell phone versus this cell phone, and they just like swap the cell phones out. Those do really well because they all suggest off each other. So I think something like, if you go check it out after this stream, it's a channel called Will It Break? That's the channel name, and it's this kid doing the same thing. The thumbnails all look alike. The content's all the same. It's only like 2-minute videos. Some of them have hundreds of thousands of views on it. He ended up stopping. I bet if he kept up, it would be like the What's Inside channel where they just cut stuff in half. But they do the same thing. They cut something in half, and it is something that it creates that positive feedback loop. And YouTube's like, yes. So, you know, hooray. There's your YouTube knowledge for today. YouTube! Theodore King, SJ Cam sent me an M20 to review on my tech channel. Well, that's awesome, man. Congratulations. Congratulations. I am Wedge. I know Hero 6 can film at 240 frames per second, then you slow it down in editing. Yeah, so that's what I do. So the slow motion I got the other day was on the Hero 7 Black, and on my iPhone, you can do 240 frames per second on both of those. If you want to get like a nice camera that can do it, I guess the GH5S can do 1080p at 240 frames per second. The RX 105 can do 240 frames per second, but only does it like a 5-second burst. So unless you like know it's going to happen, you're going to miss it. So it's actually pretty darn neat. Rick Mayers, between Panasonic Lumix G85 and Canon M50, overall most compact and affordable with lenses. Depends. Do you need 4K? Do you need usable 4K? Then you got to go with the G85. Do you need good in-body stabilization? Got to go with the G85. Do you want a more robust lens selection? Got to go with the G85. Do you want really good? That's not the way I want to put it. Okay, do you want really good autofocus? M50. Do you want a larger sensor? M50. Do you want a like easy access to Canon's lens line? You can get the adapter, M50. Do you want like crazy tiny camera? M50. I like both. Like that's the thing is, and so something that I'm trying to get into like making videos about is everything's great right now. Like there is no like, and if there is, I say it, like the GoPro Hero 7 White is legitimately garbage. But I get really frustrated where people are like, oh, this is terrible, it's missing the dual card slots, or it's missing this spec, or it's missing that spec. Well, everything's so good these days, like there really isn't a wrong answer. Almost every camera that's made by the big camera manufacturers can do well enough to do fantastic on like online content. There's really no like duds. So it's just like, what specific features do you want? I personally I like good autofocus. I like having a screen that I can see myself in, like on the C200 right now. It's got amazing autofocus. Do not get a C200. It's got great autofocus, and it's got a screen that I can see that I'm in focus. I've got like a box around my face. I can see all that from right here. Makes my life so much easier. The RX 105, same thing. It's got a flip-up touchscreen. Or it's not a touchscreen, but it's got a flip-up screen. It's got good autofocus. It's got built-in ND. Really easy to use. The A5100, same thing. The G85, the autofocus, you're going to have to accept and you can do fine with the autofocus in the G85. Before I even knew really what cameras were, I was using the autofocus on the G7, and I had no issues with it. It wasn't until I started like, not pixel peeping, but one of the things that you'll start doing as a camera person is you won't look at the subject. So if I'm watching somebody's video, I won't look at what they want me to look at. I'll look at like the background. I'm like, oh, look, the background's like pulsing, so it's got contrast-based autofocus, but it's terrible. Well, nobody else is really looking at that other than camera geeks, so the autofocus on the Panasonic cameras is probably going to be just fine for you if you're not like a camera crazy person that always stares at like the background instead of the subject that you're actually supposed to look at. So cameras these days are fantastic. There is no wrong. Long story long, there is no wrong answer. There really isn't. RC2Go, the M50 is my dream camera. Yeah, it's really great. Excitement with technology. Shout out, man. I am wedged. The Hero 6 did overheat. I've never had mine overheat, but I guess I do everything in like small clips. I don't do everything in like big clips. RC2Go, the everyday dad, I have the Canon T5. It sucks, bad autofocus, flip out screen, and no mic jack. Well, yeah, I mean, the image, but I bet the image quality is great. Not like, it's all in, people have shot like legitimate movies on like a T2i, or T2. Like I was watching Harry Potter. I was watching Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone yesterday, and I was like, man, look at all that noise in the image. How did this feature film gross millions of dollars? Look at that noise in the blacks and the shadows. And what movie was I watching the other day where it was like there was a legitimate like framing problem where they went, was it a movie or was it a TV show? I forget. I was watching something where they like screwed up the framing. Oh, I was watching well, it doesn't count as much if it's a documentary, but like cameras these days, there is no wrong answer. It's just, that's why I get so frustrated. I get worked up on fiddliness, as it's the most important thing to me, because what matters to me in a camera is something that I can just set up, hit record, and get going. I do not care about the image quality because I deliver on YouTube. Nobody cares about technical image quality on YouTube except camera geeks. We are the only people that care about technical image quality. Nobody else does. Like, people that are watching my videos are probably watching them from cell phones in the bathroom in 360p or 140p. So what matters to me is something that I can turn on, get going, get good usable footage out of it, and I'm willing to invest in that. I'm not willing to invest in image quality. Shooting in, like, buying a Red camera. So when I was looking at getting a cinema camera, I looked at Sony, I looked at Panasonic, I looked at Canon. The reason I got Canon, autofocus, and that was pretty much it. The autofocus, because it's like the only cinema camera that has good autofocus, and that's what matters to me. I don't care about image quality because I'm not making movies. I'm not delivering to clients that require like a certain broadcast standard. I still kind of regret. I wish I'd kept the EOS R. I loved the EOS R. I was using one in Best Buy today and I was like, I should have kept that instead of getting the C200. John Patrick, hold on. I see your question, but I don't see the first question. Everyday Dad, have you used the Session 5? Got it wicked cheap and use it for mountain student projects? If it works for you, man, just like do it. Like if it is legitimately working for you, there's no, I mean, you're not going to get earth-shattering differences in quality. The reason I like the Hero 7 is the stabilization. I will never use a gimbal with this camera. It is just shockingly good. But if your image quality, one of the traps that I'm always falling into is, oh, I got to get better. I got to get better. I got to get better. I got to invest in this. I got to invest in that. You know, I need this. When you're really, like, for YouTube, you don't need much. You do not need much. If you're just doing like personal projects or you're doing YouTube stuff, don't fall in the trap that I'm falling into. Excitement, I did. What do we got? I used the Session 5 for just a little bit, for a little bit of time. The M50 I've actually considered. So one of the things I'm considering, I haven't like sold myself an idea yet, is I've thought about selling the A5100 to get an M50, just so that I can have like because the problem with the A5100 is it doesn't have an audio in jack, which kind of stinks. But now that I got this recorder, I can make it have an audio in jack. But yeah, that's one of the things that that really stinks about it. Now, so I've thought about selling it to get an M50 because I do like the M50. The problem that I have with the M50 is the kit lens is garbage. Like, I have an M6 here that I'm not going to make a video about because it's a very frustrating camera. But it's kind of like an M50. It's like an M50 and this together. It has an audio jack, but it still has this. And it has a hot shoe mount, so where are you supposed to put the microphone? It's like you get one or the other. It's like, why make me make that choice? So the M50 is great. The EOS R is, I do not understand the hate that camera gets. That camera is amazing. It is really, really great. And people that complain about it, I don't know, I guess you just can't make you can't make everybody happy. John Patrick, the image looks great, but that image stabilization on the 7, yeah, the image stabilization on the 7 is... The image stabilization on the 7 is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. The image quality, I actually like the image quality out of the GoPro Hero 4 Black more than I like the image quality out of the 7 Black. The image quality and the audio out of the Hero 4 Black were amazing, but you cannot beat the stabilization in the Hero 7. Like, you can't. There's nothing out there that comes close. Maybe I need to get another FDR X3000 in here so I can make that comparison, because there's nothing else that I've used that comes close to the Hero 7. I would love if like a big censored camera started using some of this GoPro stabilization technology. It would change the world. Scooter Squad, no, the silver is not better than the black. Luke Mejia, thinking about getting a GoPro is being able to replace the lens a big deal. Well, if a rock hits the lens, yeah, this is done. If I'd done this to this GoPro, I could replace the lens cover, and then, yeah, the back is cracked, but I could still get usable footage out of it. If you're going to invest that much money in a camera, like, this is a huge feature to me. I would say if you're looking at a GoPro, even when I went to Best Buy today, I saw a GoPro Hero 2018 for sale, so they're still out there. That's what I would get all day over the Hero 7 White. Absolutely. Kenneth Duke, she is here, but she went to bed early because she's exhausted. She is exhausted. I saw Journeyman, the GoPro 7 versus the Insta360 One X, not audio. I do have the Insta360 One. Insta360 did send me the X. It's sitting over there. But I'm not really a 360 camera guy. I did the Insta360. Is it Insta360? They sent me the one I made a video about earlier this year. And it was fine, but I didn't like the image quality. The image quality looked like 720p, even though it was a 4K sensor. Yeah, it was super usable, very easy. I liked it, but I've got the X. I don't know. We'll see about. I've kind of got my content scheduled out for the rest of the year. With new cameras released, except Nikon. I was planning on having the Z6 in like a month. It's coming out next week, which kind of changes a lot of stuff. But yeah. Scooter Squad, I cannot. I'm letting somebody borrow it right now. So, all right, everybody. What do you use for your blacklight? People want to know. Yeah, my backlight. Absolutely, actually. This is probably my favorite light. So I've got two lights that I just absolutely love. One is this. This is the Godox S60 SL, the 60W SL. Hold on. It is. Yeah, the Godox. Whoops. The Godox SL60W. It's kind of like the Aperture 120D, but it costs a fraction of the price. And then there's this. Ow, it's hot because it's been on for like an hour. This is the Luxley Viola. It is like an RGB light. It does all the colors. And it can do like regular light too, so you can white balance stuff off of it. It's very pricey. I think this little one was like $200. Like this is pricey, but I use this thing on everything. This light gets more use. I use this for my B-roll. I use this for if I'm ever out and about and I need like some light for a I need some light out. If I need some light out and about for a thumbnail, this Viola, this is the best. This is one of the best investments I've ever made. And you can also get it with this diffuser. So one of the things you got to do with light is if you're trying to get the best light, you want to diffuse it because harsh light makes videos look bad. So you can get this diffuser that just works perfectly with it. Now that I've taken it off, and it's going to take a second to get back on. This diffuser is amazing. Like I would recommend this all day long. Bill, now I got to fix it. But yeah, this light is one of my favorite things I've ever gotten because it just works. It works well. It uses the Sony NP batteries that I already have about 1,000 of. Hold on. Can we unscrew this? Okay, now it's fixed. Now we got to screw this back on. We're making progress. So this thanks to the diffuser makes it very nice, soft lighting. And it does RGB, so you can get all the colors of the rainbow. They have some other ones, and oh, too bright. They have some other ones, and I've actually used one of their more expensive ones. But it just does not do what that one does. I love that light. Yeah, I know. I was just trying to stop, then you got me talking about lighting. So, okay, everybody. Hey, thanks for coming out. Again, this video will not be uploaded to the Everyday Dad. If you want to see the whole live stream, it will be on TED Live, which you will see. There will be a link in the description below if you want to see it. So thanks, everybody. I really appreciate everybody coming back. We'll more than likely catch you next Saturday for the Pillars of Action. Thanks for joining. Oh, I need this computer, right? Okay, stop.